Hello everyone. So as discussed last time, this time I am going to answer some spiritual and life related questions that you all have asked. So please stay tuned. And luckily इस बार ज़्यादा रात नहीं हो रही है, मैं नहा के नहीं आया हूँ. Moderate time है, 8 बज रहे. Just kidding. So let's get started. Are we all one? Basically, yes, we all are one. We all are one single entity. And as mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, that every atom in this universe is connected to each other with the help of the supernatural power that has created it. In Bhagavad Gita, that supernatural power is considered to be Vishnu. But in reality, we don't know what exactly that power looks like. So, yes, we are all connected to each other. Second statement that I would like to give you is that some great scientist has said, if you blow the wind on earth, then do not be in a misconception that there is no cyclone on any other star in the universe, because uh, absence of connection is the greatest illusion of human psychology. So yes, we are all connected. What is your opinion on God, a highly evolved species or a myth? Basically, none of them. God is neither a myth nor a highly evolved species. By highly evolved species, what do you mean? Do they have any big sort of technology? Do they have aircraft carriers or hydro carriers or anything like that? No. God is just a word that describes some sort of power, some sort of supernatural power that has created the matter and time. Beyond this, God is nothing. Huh. Sometimes you can consider life to be the God, because life is the ultimate life force. And as said in the Bhagavad Gita, that मैं ही चैतन्य हूँ, said by Krishna. Krishna gave this statement that मैं ही चैतन्य हूँ. नश्वर शरीर के अंदर मैं ही अर्जुन हूँ, नश्वर शरीर के अंदर मैं ही दुर्योधन हूँ. So yes, that can be considered as the God, and that's why we always say भगवान हमारे अंदर है. So the life force, that is the God. So according to the question, God is neither a myth nor a highly evolved species. That's my viewpoint. Your viewpoint might be different. No offense intended. Do you believe in karma and rebirth? Well, yes, karma definitely. Rebirth, I am not so sure about it. Karma, I have seen karma at a distance of 1 centimeter in front of me. Those who are very good friends of me, those who know me very well, they all know that how I have faced my karma, how my sins have repaid me. And regarding this rebirth and everything, I cannot go too much scientific on this, because I think that is not scientific. That is just like uh, the second law of thermodynamics. Second law of thermodynamics says that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be converted from one form to another. I would say that it can be converted from one body to another. Today, one person dies on this place. Probably the life force, that is the energy inside him, will be transferred into some another body at some another place on this earth, or maybe outside the earth. We don't know the energy dynamics. So yes, that can be considered as rebirth. Beyond this, I don't have anything else to say regarding the rebirth. But karma, yes, I believe in karma, and karma is absolutely true. So that is why I have changed my life, because now I don't do anything wrong to anyone. And if I do wrong, I apologize. I use my heart to think, not Instagram quotes, brain, books. No, I use my own heart to think. I am an empath and a sympath, but I know how to distinguish between empathy and sympathy. And when the right time is there, I know how to switch between which quality of me. So yes, that is important when you have to uh, request karma not to harm you. So that is important. Scientific explanation of rebirth, I don't think so. Like I previously answered, there is no scientific basis of rebirth. But if you have to study rebirth, then try to think you meet a person and you think that yes, there is a connection between both of you. So possibly that might have been because of some rebirth and you both were connected in the previous birth, or the life force inside you, that is a soul inside you, the thing that is giving you life inside you was connected to that person at one point of time. So yes, that might be rebirth. That's it. एथिस्ट से स्पिरिचुअल कब बन गया तू? अबे साले, मैं एथिस्ट से स्पिरिचुअल कब बना ये मेरे से अच्छा तू जानता है. फॉर दोज हु डोंट नो, आई टर्न्ड spiritual in September 2017. Something very traumatizing happened with me in my life that I wish not to disclose on video. But yeah, that was the phase of my life when I decided to turn spiritual. After that, I visited many. Let it be. So, the answer is September 2017. According to you, what is God? According to me, God is the supernatural power that has created the universe. It is made of three different types of energies: positive energy, negative energy, and the third one is the neutral energy. फिज़िक्स की भाषा में कहूँ तो उसे हम एनर्जी कहते हैं. अगर मैं केमिस्ट्री की भाषा में कहूँ तो गॉड इज़ मेड अप ऑफ थ्री थिंग्स, दैट इज़ प्रोटॉन, न्यूट्रॉन एंड अ इलेक्ट्रॉन. Biological basis of God, I don't think so. I have studied. If I come across, definitely I will share it. But as you all know, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, and the fourth type of force is Indra, which can switch between these three any point of time. As written in the Das Bodh, that is also one of the grantha in Hindus, Das Bodh. Now, according to me, this is the God. So God has no shape, God has no figure, God has no gender, God has no specific identity. You cannot explain God based upon your lyrics or the photograph that you pray. And God is basically everywhere. In every atom there is some or the other force present, some energy present. According to me, that is God. So yes, I think that's what we call the base of spirituality, the start of spirituality, maybe. Do you believe in forgiving? Yes, more than ever. I believe in forgiving. I believe in forgetting the sins that others have done. I believing in the fact that everyone deserves a chance of redemption. Everyone deserves a chance of uh, what you call, of improvement. Yes, everyone deserves a chance. So basically, everyone who have done anything wrong to me, I have forgiven them, because forgiving is something that tells my soul that how good I am, no matter how fucked up the opposite person's heart is. I don't care. What is in my hand is forgiving, and I will do that properly. So yes, everyone should try forgiving in their life. If you cannot forgive, then I think your parents must be blamed for not teaching you how to forgive. But yeah, since my father and my mother also forgives me many a times, so yes, I have that type of heart and I am proud of it. Do you believe in zodiac? Partially yes, partially no. All the good things that zodiac have taught me have made me believe in them. All the bad things that zodiac have done, then it's not the zodiac. The person was as such bad. Zodiacs can never teach you how to become bad, or you cannot blame any bad deed that you have done on the zodiac. So my answer is that I partially believe in zodiac. अगर मेरा कनेक्शन किसी से अच्छा है तो मैं कहता हूँ कि यस, यू माइट बी अ कैंसरियन, आई एम अ कैंसरियन, दैट्स वाई वी आर कनेक्टेड. बट इफ समवन हैज़ डन एनीथिंग bad to me, then I don't say you are a Cancerian. I say you are bad as such. You are a fucked up asshole. So For good things, Zodiac might play a role. For bad things, Zodiac won't. एक कहावत है कि अ पर्सन सेज मैं गुस्सा हूँ क्योंकि मैं एक कैप्रिकॉर्न हूँ. सो द अपोजिट पर्सन सेज नहीं, तू गुस्सा है क्योंकि तू गांडू है. सो that holds true. After whatever happened between you and how did you maintain who you are? It was simple. It was fuckingly simple. It was so awesome and simple. I was traumatized for like, I don't know, maybe 2 to 3 years because I was always true, and the only thing I begged was forgiveness. But even that I did not get. ठीक है, अगर सामने वाले के पास 1 रुपये नहीं हो तो तुमको भीख क्या देगा? मैंने भीख मांगी थी, लेकिन अगर सामने वाले के पास 1 रुपये भी नहीं है तो वो भीख क्या देगा? That is one point. Second thing is, if I had lost my own integrity of living my life as Rohan Lapalikar, then what is the difference between me and her? What would have been the difference between me and her? Whatever she did was her. Whatever I stayed is me. And I am proud of it. That I never did anything like what she has done. So, yes, I might feel sad sometimes thinking that why it happened to me, why she left me, but yes, it was. I used to think that it is my sins. मेरे शायद कुछ बुरे कर्म किए होंगे जो मुझे ये सब देखना पड़ा. लेकिन my best friend, her name is Nana. She is so pretty at heart. She said me that maybe she left because it was your good deeds paying the debt. And that really hit me. That people ditch you, people actually prove who they are. That might be one of your good deeds paying the debt in past. So it's my advice to everyone, think about it. अगर कोई तुम्हारे साथ कुछ गलत करता है और तुमसे बात करना बंद कर देता है तो समझो तुम्हारे किसी सत्कर्म का फल तुमको मिला है. Trust me, start thinking like that and the life will change. Why do people leave? Basically, there is no why in this question. Why do people leave? ये why की ज़रूरत नहीं है इस क्वेश्चन में. बट स्टिल तूने इतना प्यार से पूछा है तो मैं जवाब देता हूँ. देखो, इन योर केस आई डोंट नो, बट इन जनरल दोज हु आर सीइंग दिस वीडियो राइट नाउ, आई हैव अ very best friend. Her name is Akshaya. Like, she's one of those few people who I want till my deathbed. Akshaya. She knows everything about my past. So one day I asked her ki, Akshaya, why do people leave? So she said me that people leave has nothing to do with you. People leave because it's them. वो तुमको डिजर्व नहीं करते, इसलिए गॉड सेंड्स अ मैसेज दैट यस लीव दैट पर्सन. That is true basically, because if they ever think 1% that they deserve you, they won't leave. But if they leave, that means they realize that they don't deserve you. This was the statement given to me by my first girlfriend, that you will get someone better than me, that's why I left. And that's true. That's absolutely true. People leave you because it's them, not you. अगर आप कुछ गलती करते हो, आप सॉरी बोलते हो, यू आर नलिफाइड. बट इफ द समवन एल्स डज अ मिस्टेक एंड लीव्स यू, इट्स देम. ट्रस्ट मी, वो खुद के सगे भी नहीं हो सकते. दे आर नॉट ट्रू टू देमसेल्व्स एक्चुअली. फॉरगेट अबाउट देयर पार्टनर्स और फ्रेंड विद बेनिफिट्स. प्यार का एक दुश्मन नहीं है, बहुत सारे दुश्मन हैं. उसमें से ईगो, ग्रज, indifferences, hatred, envy, these are the biggest enemies of love. Might be there might be more. These five are experienced by me, that's why I am saying. There might be more which are experienced with other people. Sometimes people ditch with sleeping with someone and then not even tell that they did this, and then they just fuck up themselves and blame you. That is also one of the enemy of love. Ego, pride, the second biggest enemies of love. And there are many. You do Google, you will find that. What is our greatest distraction? The greatest distraction that we can ever have is moha. Moha and maya, the science of lust and desire. These are the greatest distractions that a human can face in their life for anything, for their love, for their loved ones, for their career, for their family. This moha and maya, they are the biggest distractions. I used to have someone in my life, very old friend of me. She used to say that she wants a rich husband because she wants to purchase a sports car at the end of their 30s. So I said that if sports car is your ambition, that you are not marrying, you are doing a compromise with your career. And now we are not talking to each other. So probably if she is seeing this video right now, she is going to hate me for this, but yeah, it's true. So that's all for today. I thank every one of you who has asked me such questions. See you next time. Stay tuned for my next video. Next video is based on life related questions. So stay tuned. Bye. Have a nice day and wear mask when you go outside.